Daily update on what's happening in Russia. Russian military, special military operation in Ukraine, Sunday, and another day, another update. I am about to update you on the news that have happened today with the military operation, with the economic sanctions that are being applied onto Russia, and with, I would like to ask a few questions about this military operation. These questions myself, and so far I don't have the answers, and I hope that the answers to these questions will be given by the Russian government. First, let me update you on a few personal news. I've had a fantastic, I filmed 2 videos, okay? Today was actually a very, how to say that, sad but very remarkable day. McDonald's closed doors in Russia for good. I was the last customer of McDonald's. I had a Big Mac meal at 10 p.m. and I filmed everything. Earlier, I went to have oil changed to a nearby mechanic, to a garage. And guess what I found? Shortage of car oil, okay? I was among the last people in that place to get hold of decent Japanese oil for my car. About that coming up very soon. And very pleasant event happened. I took my wife Natasha out for a date, and we had a fantastic date at a Texan restaurant called Brisket barbecue in the very heart of Moscow. We enjoyed the brisket, we enjoyed our meal, and we had the live stream. And I take it many of you were present at the live stream like 3.5 hours ago. And guess what? We had a fantastic time. We totally unplugged from past 3 weeks, this hellish emotional tornado inside of both me and Natasha. We made a decision not to think about what's going on outside for at least 2 hours, and we didn't, well, rarely we did, almost we didn't. And we enjoyed your company greatly. The best thing about this is Natasha liked it so much, she wants to continue streaming with me. She finally understood why I go ahead and do streams every Saturday, because it's uplifting, okay? It's soothing for my soul. It's like I am in the middle of a huge community of different people from all over the world, and this is really cool and pleasant. So she loved it, and hopefully that we will be doing more of that. First of all, I'd like to thank you, my wonderful moderators, Lorna, Mommy, and Robert. And I would like, because I am not in the safest place, not in the freest place in all over the world, and actually one of the most unsafest right now, because there are different laws that trying to keep Russians silent. And I risk going live. At least I risk of provoking unpleasantness with the Russian government, and I risk crossing the line and getting myself into real big problems. And the problems can be from 3 to 15 years in prison. Okay, so please do not put any comments that can put me in danger. Do not try to inform me of what's going on outside in the world, because you know what? I know better than probably 99% of people that are in the stream right now, because I have some people on the ground in Ukraine I keep communication with. I have so many friends in Ukraine, colleagues, and Ukraine is like my, well, I can't say it's my second home, but spent so much time in Ukraine. We had business in Ukraine, okay? I have ties with Ukraine and I know what's going on there. Please do not try to inform me here, and certainly do not place any names of politicians or certain leaders, that can get me in trouble. And I have asked my mods to be very tough and to run a virtual gulag so I don't go to the real one. So thank you, Lorna, Mommy, and Robert, and everyone. Thank you for respecting. Shall we begin? I will try to be short, and so I have 50 for the comments and answer your questions. I have one sponsor, new sponsor. Thank you so much. Half Ojan, welcome to Inside Russia Level. Great to have you. New window, hang on 1 second. So I can read and see what's going on. That's important. I totally unplugged. 2 hours were very therapeutic. Very, very nice, very healthy, because I'm going nuts. Okay, there are so many things in my mind. It's not as sharp anymore. It means it's harder for me to concentrate on one thing. Like I'm looking at YouTube comments, for example, and I look at something else and I forget about the comments. Not huge things, but it has never happened before, okay? And I think that's because of the pretty strong stress in the past 3 weeks. Another thing is my emotions are today, and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it real well. Not a good feeling, but I think that's how my brain is trying to keep itself sane. So please, thank you for coming to the live stream, and thanks for being with me and Natasha there. That's meant a lot to us. There were 700 people at the stream. That's pretty fantastic. Okay. So let's turn this on. Not much in terms of update from official Russian sources. And by official Russian sources, I mean the only source is Ministry of Defense. Amazingly enough, Ministry of Defense is not giving us much information about what's happening, okay? And this is really, really strange, because this military operation, I assume, had been very well thought of, very well planned, and as we were told in the first days of this operation, it was being very well and efficiently executed. Russian army started both facilities in Ukraine, and then Russian army moved in to protect Ukrainians from Nazis and things like that. So really strange that all of a sudden, into the second week, Ministry of Defense started giving us less and less information, okay? So I can give you what is official today, but I can only give you so much, The biggest news is that the Russian military has taken over a few villages and small towns in Ukraine. A few, I think 4 or 5. Question is, why so few and why so little, okay? Why not big cities? Because we're going into the 3rd week of this special military operation. And, my friends, 3 weeks, Ukraine is not a big country. 3 weeks granted the support of Ukrainian population, and they welcome in Russian army with flag and flowers, okay? And they're helping and supporting Russian army. 3 weeks is enough to go from Russia to the west, to Lvov, go back, go to Lvov again, and go back again. Okay, I drove through Ukraine in 8 hours. I think that's a small place, not huge. Meanwhile, we haven't heard any news about taking any major cities except for Kherson. Okay, there are news about, they're not official Russian news, but there are news from the other side, from the United Nations. They're saying that in the city of Mariupol, there's a siege for the city right now. There have been so many dead. I don't know whether it's true or not. It could be fake, so I'm not gonna say anything here. That's not a fake, that's true. A famous reporter, Brent Reno, I think he was American. He was filming all kinds of stuff for Time magazine. He died. He was killed or he died, I don't know, but he's dead. He's dead in Ukraine. That was confirmed. That's all I know, guys and girls. Military wise, not much information. Of course, there are other sources, and they're giving us, well, people, not us, people. They're giving all kinds of information, but those sources, they could spread fakes and misinformation, disinformation. And I'm not gonna say anything here because that would put me in danger up to 15 years. You have access to those sources. They are regular media like CNN, Fox News, Time, New York Times, and so forth, and YouTube, and you guys can watch that if you want, from the source. So, not much for. Perhaps there will be more news tomorrow because it's been weekend. I don't know, maybe Russian military has taken a little break, something like that. I know they announced there was a ceasefire yesterday or day before yesterday, and then it's Russian news are reporting there are so many refugees. It's really hard to know the true number right now, but there are so many that live in Ukraine, go to Russia, and that's true. I'm not sarcastic or anything, that's true, because in Rostov, people who are involved into charity work and people we know, the Baby Foundation, they started collecting items, food and clothing for actual adult refugees that come in from Kharkov and other Ukrainian cities. That's true. I would like to give you more information about what's going on with the sanctions. And I can give you information from the field, so to speak, because I've been out and about all day and I've seen things, I've heard things, and I've smelled and I've eaten things. Okay, literally, I have eaten things. First super chat for today is for $5, and that's Gary McCourt. Prayers, my friend. Gary, thank you so much. Prayers are needed and much appreciated. Money helps a lot. Money is appreciated, but prayers even more valuable. Sanctions, 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 sanctions. Like I said before, and I keep on repeating this, Russians, regular people, common folks, we are caught in the crossfire. One fire is coming from the west, from the companies that have been cutting off services here in Russia for us, and they've been leaving Russia. Merely am telling the facts. Most Western companies have left Russia. The only companies that remain so far are South Korean and Chinese. There aren't too many Chinese, but they have not announced anything. For every action, there is a reaction. And I keep on repeating that. And that is what is happening here right now in Russia. We are merely getting the reaction. And we're just getting hit the first waves. I think we're going to feel much more heat in the future, in the near future, in the months to come, than we're feeling right now. At least right now, there's plenty of food, there's plenty of consumer goods, everything. I think we're gonna say to many of those goodbye soon. Again, just like Bob S. said, and my mods keep on repeating, please do not post news or rumors from the outside of Russian media trying to inform me. I know everything. You also know everything because you have access to all the news. Okay, please listen to what the mods and Bob S are saying and some other news, some other viewers. I'm sorry. Okay, so the second fire is coming from Russian government. It's aiming at us, and their reasons are not explained to us, but we can guess. Okay, they trying to keep the opinions and the free speech as much low as possible. Okay, as I am speaking right now, in Moscow, in St. Petersburg, and in a few large Russian cities, Instagram and Facebook starts getting blocked. Okay, as I told you a few days ago, Instagram, Meta, and Facebook, Meta, and Instagram were announced, named as extremist organizations because there was rumor or news, I don't know what it was, that Facebook would not delete calls to personal attacks and death of Russian leaders or Russian citizens or Russian army, military personnel. And Russian government took it very personal, and literally within one day they announced Meta and Instagram extremist organizations complete ban in Russia. Now, what's going to happen with us users? Because most Russians use Instagram, a lot of Russians use Facebook. We certainly cannot do business if we send money to Facebook, even avoiding the blocking by the Russian government. There are ways. Then we definitely will be supporting the, extremist organization. And that's big no-no according to the Russian law, and that's huge. Very, very lengthy term in some other places. We have Instagram accounts. Are we all announced as supporters of extremist organization simply for having an account on Instagram? Russian attorneys they don't know. They're saying it could be yes, it could be no. It depends on what Russian government, how it makes up its mind. And attorneys do not give advices. They simply say, we don't know what to do. It would be safe to delete your account. But that's crazy. People have worked so much to build up their accounts. They have so much information on their accounts. Why would they have to delete it? Like, not one sane person can believe that a regular Russian who has an account on Instagram and posting pictures of the family with kids, dogs, or whatever, or on Facebook, regular account, regular information, supports extremist organization. Okay, that's crazy. But that's the reality of March 13th of 2022 in Russia. Who would have thought 3 weeks ago everything was fine? Now everything is in hell. It's not going fast to hell. It's in hell already, okay? McDonald's closed the doors today. I was there. I saw that in the doors. There's a roll window, a steel window. They usually lower it just like that, and I filmed it. Right before I had a Big Mac meal, Same Big Mac meal I had back in 1994 when I tried McDonald's for the first time. Let me tell you, what a run we had with McDonald's. 32 years. And they weren't too bad, you know. They in some ways they were fantastic years. McDonald's years, the freedom years. Well, McDonald's is out. KFC and Burger King are rumored to follow the suit, but it's not clear. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they're gonna shut down. IKEA is shut down, you know. Apple miraculously opened the stores after having them closed for one day. I couldn't doing food shopping. And all of a sudden I saw people going in and out of Apple store. So I got in there and I saw prices astronomical, doubled from what they were 3 weeks ago. And I asked, like, what are you guys, what's going on? And an employee merely looked at me and said, we don't really know, you know. We don't know. We were told to open and we don't have anything in stock. Like what you see on the prices and the price tags, very few items in stock. That's it. There's a super chat for $10 from Trucker Jim, 10 Canadian dollars. Sending prayers from Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. Jim, thank you so much. You are a usual suspect. You are a trusted person. Thank you. I really appreciate your super chat, and I really appreciate you being here. Keep on coming back and sending your prayers. Thank you. Preppy Pants. That's a Canadian. Thank you so much. You know that in my situation right now, every single dollar counts, because real big bloggers such as Sergey and NFKRZ, and they're saying that the internet is going to be cut off in Russia very soon. I don't know whether it's true or not, but let me tell you, if it's true, that's going to be a huge blow to me personally, because I love doing the channel. I love doing the streams. I have a community. Well, it's you are the community, and it's not like I'm sitting in front of the camera. When there's a live chat and there are hundreds of people, this is amazing. Okay, it gives me motivation, gives me energy, gives me power to keep on going. If I am stripped of that, my life is becoming worse, much worse. I'm telling you that. So thank you for $1 Canadian. Every single dollar helps now. Let me see if I missed anyone. Nope. Okay. Barbara Frey your question caught my eye. I will try to answer comments and questions towards the end of the stream. I'll try to keep it short as I can. But if you want me to notice your comments, please put them in caps. No way I will notice if they're not in caps, okay? When YouTube is blocked, you tell me. Barbara, I just said, you know, there are rumors, rampant rumors, but no one knows. Super chat. Pretty cool picture here. Someone flying like a Superman. Okay, now I would like to answer the call and to ask you a very few very important questions. These questions I've been asking myself, and I do not have the answer. These questions are about what's going on in Russia, what has been going on in the past few weeks. And I would love to hear the answers to these questions from the officials, from the Russian government, from people who are in the know. Taxpayer, I'm a voter, I'm a Russian citizen, and I demand the answers for these questions. Question number one. Why there are so many countries in the world against Russia? We have been told that Russia is doing justice. Russia is liberating Ukraine from Nazis. The official goal of this operation is to denazify, to demilitarize Ukraine. But as far as I understand, denazification is the goal number one. Okay, this is a pretty just cause. I myself cannot stand Nazis. Nazis are bad people. Okay, I want all Nazis in Ukraine, in Russia. I haven't met any Nazis in Russia, for that matter. I've been to Ukraine many times on business trips, on leisure. I did not see any Nazis there, but what do I know? They probably hiding in different places, like the Azov battalion and stuff like that. They do exist, okay? I know, it's just, I was lucky not to see any, okay? So, but if I saw any, I would be the first one to do something, right? So, we're doing justice. We're liberators. We're conducting, well, not sure if it's short term or long term, no one said anything about that. But we're conducting a special military operation to denazify and demilitarize Ukraine. Our neighbor, our brothers, our sisters, well, they used to be our brothers and sisters at least. How come there are so many countries in the world against Russia? Many countries have condemned Russian military operation, and so many countries, there are numerous civil movements to support Ukraine. And I have seen it through different news reports from trusted news outlets such as, well, I shouldn't say CNN, Washington Post, New York Times, Fox News, and the likes, I've seen a lot of people in the United States doing videos on YouTube in support of Ukraine. Okay, so you cannot deny the fact that countries have that. Moreover, there are facts, and the fact is that UN General Assembly demanded Russia stop its offensive in Ukraine, voting, now listen to this, 141 to 5, means 141 countries voted for demanding Russia to stop its offensive in Ukraine. And 5 countries voted against, and they are Russia, Syria, North Korea, and Eritrea. Good company to be in, huh? There are 35 countries that abstain themselves. Now, listen to this. 96 countries co-authored this resolution, meaning half of the humanity was calling against this operation. Okay? Russia keeps saying that Russia has many partners and supporters in the world. Countries like China, Venezuela, Serbia, Cuba, closest allies. India, too. But you know what? Where's China? Where's India? Where are all these countries? Where's Cuba? Where are our closest allies? Why didn't they vote against? That's a great question. Okay, now, another question is, so the first question is, why there are so many countries against us on this? Nazis. Why so few countries support? Why Israel isn't supporting us? And from the latest I heard, Israel is not that fond of Nazis. Why? Why there are so many people against us? So many countries. Question number 2. Why Russia did not have any claims to Ukraine in the United Nations within the Security Council? Basically, we have been told here in Russia that there have been numerous cases over the last 8 years of genocide of the ethnic Russians in Donbass, and in Ukraine, Nazis taking over and also doing bad things to Russians. Okay? I've heard of the genocide in Donbass. I've heard of numerous bombings in Donbass. There are so many civilians, innocent people died. There are so many kids died, and been all over the news. But sure, there's been genocide in Donbass, genocide in parts of Ukraine. Then why didn't it present a case in the United Nations? Why didn't it go to the International Court? Why? Why didn't we present the facts? Why didn't we present the evidence and try to sell this idea of fighting Nazis, to basically the rest of the world? Perhaps if we did, the rest of the world would understand, would agree, and would help us to do that. Then it would not be Russian special military operation. That would be an international force special military operations. But it was not done. Where is the dossier against, Nazis and militarization? Why such a dossier was never produced to the United Nations? That's a good question. I would love to hear that. I'd love to hear the answer. Not one step that was taken in Russia from the international law point of view. Why? So, that's the question number 2. Why Russia did not have any claims about such terrible things happening in Ukraine against Russian population, ethnic Russians, and why didn't it have any claims in the United Nations, such as Security Council? Question number 3. I've heard many times that Ukraine is pro-Russian. Ukrainians speak Russian, at least the eastern part of Ukraine speak Russian, Russian culture, and let me tell you something. I have been to Ukraine many times. I've spent over almost 1 year in Ukraine, if to sum up all the time that I spent there. And I know what I'm talking about. I've been to Odessa many times, Kiev, Zaporozhye. I've been to Kharkov many times, and actually I recently was there as recent as 2 years ago, a couple of years I think. So I know that a lot of Ukrainians, most of Ukrainians in some part of Ukraine did speak Russian as their first language, did not speak Ukrainian, had Russian culture, had Russian values, shared values with Russia, should I say that. And they were very pro-Russian oriented. They liked Russia very much. They were okay with everything that Russia was doing. And they didn't like their government in Kiev. Okay, they didn't like nationalists that they were in Kiev. I know nationalists. They didn't like them. Now, the question is, why aren't soldiers, Russian soldiers, being invited by the locals with flags, Russian flags and flowers? Why Russian soldiers' movements into Ukraine aren't being celebrated? Why no Russian flags? If if they were flags, if there was at least one meeting with Russian flags and flowers, I'm sure they would show all over TV here in Russia. But I haven't seen any. Most likely it's because no one is inviting Russian army with flowers and Russian flags. Why? That's question number 3. Question number 4. What's going on in Kharkov? Now, Kharkov was always sold us as a most Russian city in Ukraine. Around 30% of population ethnic Russians and 70%, even more, 80% or so, speak Russian. Now, I've been to Kharkov many, many times, and it's located right at the border. Belgorod. Literally, you can walk over the border, okay? And I did that many times. I did not see one sign on, the stores, shops, businesses in only in Russian. I did not hear heard very few people speaking Ukrainian, and most 95, 90, even more people spoke Russian. I never hid my identity as Russian. They always welcomed me, and they were okay with me coming from Moscow. So Russian propaganda was right. It's a pro-Russian city. Or it was. I don't know at this point. The question is, why isn't Kharkov taken yet? It's a very key city, and it was supposed to be taken, it needed to be taken the very first, because it's right on Russia's border, it's the most Russian city, it's a showcase. Why, after over 2 weeks after the start of this operation, Kharkov isn't taken? Why, if Russian ethnic population is 30% or more, if everyone speaks Russian, likes Russia, why didn't they rebel against Ukrainian army and Ukrainian nationalists, if there are some, or Nazis, if there are some in Kharkov? Imagine, it's 1 million people city. Imagine if people would just get on the streets, that'd be it for the Ukrainian army. And the Russian army would move in, would be welcomed with flowers and Russian flags. My question is, why Kharkov isn't Russian yet? Question number 5. If Ukraine that speaks Russian and is suffering from nationalists, Nazis, NATO, whatever, I don't know, suffering from someone, the Russians are suffering. At least Eastern Ukraine, that's been claimed many, many times that Eastern Ukraine is pro-Russian. If it's so pro-Russian, why Russian army is facing such resistance? Like I said, not one major city, except for Kherson, has been taken over. Russian army announces the victories of taking over small villages and towns, not too many, 4 or 5, I think 9. That's the best they can show? The question is why? If locals support the Russian army, support, this movement, they support the liberators, why we haven't taken over at least Eastern Ukraine yet? Why there's such a resistance? Question number 6. And this question is, well, I think we'll understand the answer, but I think it's the most important one. Why Russian Ministry of Defense is so silent? First 3 days, it was very upbeat and optimistic, telling us of victories in Ukraine, and then it started giving us less and less information. On day 7 of this operation, after 6 days of telling us that no, this operation is bloodless, and no Russian soldiers died, on day 7, we were informed that there were 498 soldiers killed in this operation. Most likely they were killed in action. We don't know, but that was just a number given. The press secretary of Russian military defense also said that only the Ukrainians also were killed, the Ukrainian soldiers, and there were so many more than the Russians. That's it. I've yet to hear another number, but I figured that, look, if we lost almost 500 soldiers, 498 in 1 week, then let's compare to Afghanistan. In Afghanistan, 9,000 people were killed in action over 500 weeks. In Ukraine, almost 500 in 1 week. Again, week 2 passed. Now it's towards the end of week 3, and we are yet to be given the number. What is going on? Are there any dead soldiers sent back in coffins, for the proper burial? What happens to those? What has happened to those 498 bodies of young kids? Were they sent home? Where are their parents? How about we were officially given the number, even before this military operation started, there were like around 125,000 Russian soldiers amassed near Ukrainian border. And it's safe to say that most likely, most of the soldiers who had been amassed by the border, they probably would take part in this operation, So 125,000 mothers waiting to hear something from their kids. And the kids, the soldiers, they're silent because they are not allowed to use cell phones during this operation, okay? What is going on? Why isn't Ministry of Defense giving us information? This is question number 6, and I demand to hear the answers, public answers, for all those 6 questions. Whew. And they're very sad questions, by the way. And to some of them, to most of them, if we think and read between the lines, we can find answers, okay? But I demand the official answers. Some super chats. Sorry. Mods can't keep up. Make pinball a mod. Hang on, where's pinball? Would glad to make pinball. How many people are there? Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. I was shooting these questions without interruption because they're really important, and they need to be answered. $2,600 people. Wow. Didn't expect that. I did not expect that. Hang on. Where is pinball? Here is pinball. Thank you, my friend. We have a new mod. Anyone else? Lorna, please let me. Harry Potman, I'll make you a mod. And Firefly. Here you go. My friends, I hope this helps. Thank you for all coming to hear what I say. Um, I've just talked about very tough issues. I've been asking myself these questions, no answer, and I would love to hear the answers. Quite a few super chats I missed, probably. Crystal, $100. Thank you so much. You put in so much effort for your channel to bring all kinds of excellent information from your perspective. Thank you. Times are tough, but I hope you are still finding little joys throughout the day. Sending you peace and love to you and your family. Crystal, $100 is a lot. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much. Your words are taken. They touch me. Thank you. And times are tough, and I'm not coping well. Kind of going a little crazy here. Today was a great 2 hours, 2 hour unplug with my wife, and it was a great live stream. Thank you, everyone who watched. And again, thank you very much for the money. Very appreciated. I hope I get it, and YouTube will not be shut down. Marcy, $49 super chat. Again, thank you so much. Much appreciated. You're amazing. You are amazing. Thank you. Uh, Let me tell you something. I missed so many super chats. I'll try to go over quick. Tati back. Welcome to the Inside Russia level. Thank you so much for becoming the sponsor. eBerm1, $25 for the mods. Okay, how do I get the money to the mods? I'll talk to the mods about it. Thank you so much. Lorna, I'm seeing your red signs. Look, very emotional with these questions. I'm sorry. Okay. $9 super chat, Michael Milkovich. Please be careful as to what you say, people. Place and love to all people. Thank you so much, Michael. Money is appreciated. Message is much more appreciated. Ash Van S, $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In a year, Constantine will say, I never expected to have 500. Yeah, so listen, there's so many people, 2,500. That's a lot. Thanks for joining. Outside news, please do not post, do not mention, because people, I know things. I know what's going on. I'm in the middle, okay? I have information. Please do not try to inform me on things I know, okay? It's not safe, at least for me. Edmond 237, over 18 subs. Is that over 18 subs already? Wow. I like it, but I'm really sad about the circumstances. My channel is growing. I wish it was just walking tours of Moscow and sites and legendary places here and beautiful places and things like that. Susan S says, you have more mods now than you had viewers a month ago. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Will people able to get unemployment for the ones laid off? Let me tell you, Cindy Bednar, let me tell you a little bit of what I was witnessing today at McDonald's. It was a very sad day. I went there to witness it and film, and I wanted to show I'm gonna upload a film very soon. People are so sad. The employees of McDonald's on the verge of breaking down. They were there was a huge crowd at McDonald's. All over McDonald's is in Russia. Everyone was going to have the last burger. Okay, and employees at McDonald's that I went to, not too far from where I live. There's a super chat from Richard Jennings, $5. Any thoughts on the impact of Moscow Stock Exchange being frozen since all that? I got the question. I will answer it after this one. So McDonald's had probably the record day in all history. Okay, and when I got there, just before they were closing, about 30 minutes before, last customer, and the line was about 20 minutes. We had to wait for 20 minutes. And I went to film. They started yelling at me to stop filming. They were in tears. They were actually breaking down. They were so angry. And I totally understand them. That's employees are very unprotected. Will they go on unemployment package? No. Probably will for a couple months, but this is just such a minuscule amount that you can't really live on that, okay? I had talked to them earlier, a couple people from McDonald's and a couple people from KFC. I would just stop by and talk to a manager. And I asked if they had savings, if they had place to their own to live. And I think 4 people, they said 2 from McDonald's, 2 from KFC. They said, no, we don't know what we're going to do. Thousands, tens of thousands people are going to find themselves on the streets tomorrow. Katerina Tedenev, $10. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. So it was such a mixed feeling event. I went with Natasha. Natasha was filming me. Very heavy, very, very heavy. These people, they deserve so much more. They're hardworking. They were doing their best to serve all the people. And at 10 p.m. they closed, but there were few people. They couldn't, they waited in line. They couldn't make it by 10 p.m. So the McDonald's employees stayed extra few minutes to make sure that every single person was served. It was a very heartbreaking sight. $19 super chat from Belati Cakes. God bless the people of Ukraine and Russia. Thank you so much. We certainly do need God's help and God's blessing. Thank you. Hill Jane Hodges, he would also be an excellent kindergarten teacher. He's great with his son. Who's that? Who's great with his son? Thomas Mroz, Inside Russia, you mentioned that the company would support its employees. Did that change? I think McDonald's is giving the employees 2 months salary, and that's it. I think the same thing for IKEA, 2 or 3 months, and then people on their own after that. 10 Canadian dollars from Blingman78. First time seeing your channel. You seem like a genuine and nice person. Thank you for objective views and insight to Russia at this time. My friend, I'm trying. I'm trying my best. I'm trying not to be silent. I'm trying to stay safe because it's not easy these days, My country is changing in front of my eyes, evolving into something new, something I don't know, and I'm witnessing it. And I'm trying to do my best to actually survive through this. And I certainly don't want to be silent because my son, my kids will grow up in 20 years. They will ask me, Daddy, what happened in 2022? What were you doing there? then. And you know what? I don't want to be ashamed and like, turn my eyes down. I want to be proud, okay? I'm doing it for my kids, for myself, for my loved ones, for my country, and for you guys. Thank you very much for the super chat, much appreciated. Trust me, every single super chat is appreciated. Before, 3 weeks ago, I'm still an executive of a large construction company, but our business, our industry is imploding. We don't know how longer we're gonna stay in business, and our customers closing down. The whole country is imploding, okay? And before, I looked at super chats as pretty cool extra pocket money to go out and have a dinner or something like that. But now I'm looking at super chats differently. So thank you so much, everyone supporting me through this thing. And if everything works out, goes back to normal, I keep my job and we're still in business, I make money, same money as I'm making now, I've been making, I'm gonna take all the super chats and donate them to charity. I have a pretty good foundation. And if you, so I hope that happens. If not, I will take the super chats and I will support myself, my family, basically, us for as long as it's possible. And if you're first time on the channel, then I can't believe there are 2,500. So if you're for the first time, go and check out other videos, at least videos, short ones, 10 to 20 minutes that I made on different issues. And please go and check other super chats, because other live streams, because I've been talking about this issue every single day. Okay, I try to give you updates what's going on inside Russia. I try to I try to be objective. I definitely do not give you fake news or disinformation, and I want you to read between the lines of what I say. And please go ahead and check them out. So thank you for your support. Eberm won $5. Reminder about Moscow Stock Exchange. Yes, just 1 second. Luba Healthy with Luba, $20. May God watch over your family. Thank you, much needed. I ask God to watch over my family and keep me safe too. My family safe. I am so glad to have them and giving me such support. Moscow Stock Exchange. The regulator, Russian government, basically has frozen trading, and it's been frozen for since 25th, perhaps 24th or 25th. Basically, it hasn't worked. Okay. I think there is news that it's not gonna be trading for the next 7 days or a few days in the upcoming days. No, and guess why? Once they start trading, most Russian companies, publicly traded companies' value go to the toilet. And the crash, the greatest crash of that Russia as a country has seen begins. I think that the point zero for such a crash, for like things that will start unfolding in front of our eyes, is when they open trading on Moscow Stock Exchange. Brianna B, 200 super chat. Holy baloney. On behalf of my husband, myself, and all of your loyal supporters, here's help while you can get it there. If you ever need me to mold for you, I would, but I'm not on YouTube as much as I used to be. Brianna, that's a huge super chat, $200. Thank you so much. Very appreciated, very touching. Thank you. Thank you. You've been a very loyal member of this community. You've been pretty much at every stream for the past few months. You've been commenting very actively. You've been great. Thank you. Thank you very much to you and your husband. So I answered the question about the Moscow Stock Exchange. Jody Stellar, thanks Constantine. You're awesome and you rock. You are awesome and you, my friends, rock. You know, not me. I gotta look at this number. I mean, I have hard time believing it. They were 2,500. Now it's 1952. Holy cow! What can I say? I'm speechless. I am speechless. Thank you. Uh, Before I finish the stream, all right, let me give you a little personal story about how I was hoping to make it big on YouTube. It Ever since I started, I kept on making videos about Russia the way I saw Russian life through my eyes, and every video took me up to 10 hours to produce. You know, come up with idea, kind of refine it a little bit, do filming, then editing, then posting, and up to 10 hours. That's a lot. And I only had a couple hundred views on every video. And I kept on making video after video after video. Okay. A few times when I would put so much, I would put the entire day into making a video, and I thought the video was awesome. I upload and it's only like, 150 views first day, 200 views cumulative second day, And a couple times I thought of pulling the plug. There's just too much time. But then what kept me going is few usual suspects. People would come over like time after time and watch every single video, would comment, and that felt great. Okay, and I did not give up. I did not give up, and I kept on making videos. Then I started doing live streams. Loved it. When I hear, I see people giving me feedback. Great. It just kind of has like there are wings grow behind my back. That gives me so much motivation, energy, and joy that it's worth going forward. And then I was thinking, wow, it would be great to expand my base, to have so many more viewers, so many views on my videos and stuff like that. And it happened, but it's not making me happy because the circumstances are absolutely different. I never thought my channel would become a forpost for updating what's going on in Russia like it is right now. I always thought as happy place, fantastic, misunderstood country that, I am giving to people of the world, understanding how wonderful and misunderstood Russia is. Instead, I'm giving the news about special military operation. And I didn't even know that I have like 18,000 subscribers and didn't check it. And it's just a number now, you know what I mean? That's crazy. And there are so many people watching the stream. Thank you. I hope you like what you're watching. I hope you find it valuable. Timmy, decent, still misunderstood. Oh my God, Timmy. It's not misunderstood anymore. It's in a completely different league. Okay, I don't really know myself what is happening. This is a tragedy in the making. It's destroying my country, and I do not understand. I have not been given the answers. I've voiced them today. Okay, I would love to hear the answers for this military operation. Why and exactly what are you trying to reach? What is the goal? When is the time when you can say, okay, we've reached our goal, it's over? When? What is the goal? How many Nazis you want to catch? Who is Nazi? What kind of demilitarization of Ukraine you want to achieve? No one has answered anything. And you know what? The entire world is behind Ukraine. The entire world is against my country. This isn't misunderstood. This is FUCK up. That okay? This is a tragedy for Ukraine, and this is a tragedy for Russia. Thank you for Terry Mitchell, $5 prayers to all. I'm becoming too emotional. I gotta cut it off. William Randall, $5. Thank you so much. Mr. Flipside, 20 pounds. This must be such a difficult place in your heart for you to speak from. Thank you. This is dark. This is the hardest time of my life, hardest weeks. Out of all 3 weeks, past 3 weeks, I've had 2 good hours. That happened 4 hours ago when I took my wife on a date and we made a conscious decision not to even think of the bad stuff what was happening outside, okay? You could see us in the previous stream 4 hours ago, and this is the only 2 happy hours. Well, not happy, 2 decent hours that I got, okay? Everything else is darkness. This is the worst time of my life, okay? I love my country. I want my family, I want myself to live in Russia, but in a normal Russia where it's accepted as a member of international community, when no one thinks we're a mad dog, okay? Optimistically cynical, that's a good name. $10. Thank you, man. I hope you can make it. You know what? Thank you, and I hope I can make it too. We're over 1 hour. Jared Smith, thank you so much. $50. Admiration, respect from the US, empathy, prayers, and love to you, your family, and your fellow citizens. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jared. Very touching. I don't know what to say. Thomas Mroz, where are with you, brother? Thank you. Thank you. You have to make it. Doug, thank you. I have no choice. I'm making it, day by day. It's just everything is down the drain. The plans for the future, the plans for my kids, the plans for the country, the plans, everything is down the drain, literally. We do not understand what is happening to us, to Russian people. Russian people are divided. A lot of people get confused. At first, they started, supporting this operation. Then they start asking questions, just like I voiced you questions, and they don't have answers. And quite a few Russians are smart, and then they start thinking there must be something fishy here. Okay, there are some things I cannot tell you here publicly. Just read between the lines. There are officials of certain sinister agencies, whatever, very high officials. There are rumors that they were arrested for giving wrong information to certain people. Okay? The system starts cracking on the inside. A lot of people confused. They start asking questions. Why were certain people arrested? What did they do? Why no one is telling us anything, Complete lack of information here coming from the Russian government. The only thing we hear is, get this, today, the Speaker of Russian Parliament addressed the business owners. And he said, you know what? It's unacceptable that you raise prices for things that are manufactured in Russia. For the imported things, yes, we can understand that, but if something like food was produced in Russia, you cannot raise prices. You have to rethink your business and you have to give up your personal income. So basically you have to work with no income whatsoever, or even with loss, to keep people from this speculation in price. That's the head of Russian, the speaker of a Russian parliament. Okay, this kind of stuff they're giving us, that they really care about us. Just words. But in reality, the real, true, the important information, I'm not hearing any. Whew, it's making me mad. Sandra, $5. Thank you for sharing your humanity. Not alone. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's just, it's like lifesaver, knowing that there are some people who are actually haven't given up on us. Knowing that, it's really, really important. Scott PGH, $50. You are doing something very important. Thank you for your bravery, love for your country, sir. Prayers are with you, my friend. J Fox, $5. Don't lose hope. More super chats, $2. Thank you. Every single dollar counts, I appreciate it. Little House on the Prairie Homestead, you are usual suspect now. Please keep super chats for at least 3 months for you. Didn't get that. Please, I'm keeping all the super chats. Oh, okay. Yes, I understand. I'm keeping, I receive the super chats. I hope I receive them in my account. If everything's going fine, if I keep on my income as on the level as it is right now, has been until recently, okay, then I'm definitely giving either a good part of super chats or all super chats to the charity. And I know good places and I know people who I can give them to. Watch my videos about my wife involved with the charities. But if SHFT, then my friends, I'm keeping super chats and just, spending them on things. Keith, people are not their government. Everyone deserves fistful of 50s in a day without fear. Much love from Los Angeles. Los Angeles is in my heart, I wish I had some more time. I'm going to wrap it up now pretty soon, but let me just tell you a personal story real quick about LA. I love the city so much. I was lucky enough to visit when it was shining back in the late 90s, early 2000s, in one of the best sights I've ever seen, the Griffith Observatory at night. I drove up there, I walked up, and I saw this entire basin of city of Los Angeles in lights. Oh my God, that's probably #1 view I have seen in my life. So you're lucky to live in a city like that. Well, in that city, for that matter. Thank you for the super chat. Andrew Welch, $10. Just curious, why do you do your videos in English versus... Just curious why you do your videos in English versus Russian. Well, there are plenty of people. I mean, why would I explain anything about Russia to Russians? Russians live alongside with me and they know what's going on in Russia. But a lot of people in the West, a lot of relatives, friends of mine who are English-speaking foreigners, a lot of them, they don't know much about Russia. And that was my original goal, to keep communicating with friends and family and in the United States, in England, pretty much all over the world. And I was writing letters all the time, and then I decided instead of letters, I started making videos. Okay, and that's how the channel was born. I named it Letters to King first, and then I changed it to Inside Russia. I hope that answers your question. That's why I am doing it in English, because it's for English-speaking people who don't know much about Russia. Russians know everything about Russia. Teddy Urban, $25. The truth will set you free. Yes, thank you. Much appreciated. The truth will set us all free. Super chats are keep coming. Jorge Emilio Cabrera Castillo, $200 Mexican. Blessed from Mexico. Listen, my friend, thank you so much for the money. And let me tell you, I had just an amazing, one of the most wonderful, tastiest things in my life. Tres leches. I had never heard it before. A few hours ago, I was at the restaurant, I was doing a live stream, and I was gonna get myself a fancy dessert, and I thought that I had tried everything. Okay, so I was thinking cheesecake, Russian cake, and a waiter suggested, well, try three milks in Russia. It's called three milk cake, tres leches, and I did, and oh my god, stuff is amazing. So, thank you for the super chat, and very much appreciated. Duba, $10. Thank you for keeping us posted on the Russian people. My heart is broken. All civilians involved. Love from Utah, USA. I was gonna go to Utah and snowboard there. Wasn't my bucket list, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure now. Thank you for the super chat and for wonderful words. Random Bigfoot adventures, $2. No message. Good vibes. Much appreciated. And $100. Wow. $100. Time's up. Lorna is saying, yeah, let me just pray. Ace Gamers too much. $100. Send some money through Patreon. Will you still get that? I think Patreon will be decided tomorrow. It's still working for Russians, I hope. I get that. Thank you, definitely thank you for such a huge, how do you call it, generous super chat. Thank you, appreciate it. Denise Marshall, 14 Canadian dollars. Thank you so much. I am very touched by the amount of super chats and by their how many super chats and how big they are. Thank you so much. Again, much appreciated. If nothing happens, everything's gonna be all right, then I'll find a good cause for your super chats. If things will stinky substance hits the fan, I'm gonna keep them. I went to change oil, like I said this morning, with Michael, and I wanted to buy Toyota oil 4 times and almost all gone. People who sell oil, car oil to change in cars, they're shocked and they just go like this. We don't know what to do. We will not get any supplies from abroad anymore. And in Russia, there is no domestically made oil. So we have no clue. Okay. Whew. Okay. My friends, I know that there are so many people today. It's unbelievable. Look, I know a lot of you are Christian. I am Christian. If you're here for the first time, my values are very simple. They are God, freedom, family, and hard work. Okay. I'm a Christian. I'm Eastern Orthodox. My parents, they were baptized. They were Baptists. They're Baptist. My father was a preacher. He spent 10 years in Czech Republic in Prague, and then he came back to Russia. Unfortunately, he passed away last May, but they were very religious people. And I am also. Some of you are, and thank you so much for joining. And if you're not religious, if you don't believe in God, then also please do me a favor. Let's pray together. The Christian ones, please join me. And if you don't believe in God, please join me anyway. Okay, doesn't cost you anything, and just do me a favor, please. I was gonna read a prayer, but I'm pretty excitedly upset, or upsetly excited right now. Pretty emotional, so I'm just gonna speak up my heart. That's it. And by the way, I have news on Maria Z. Again, she hasn't written me anything, but there are some money being sent. Already was sent. She's must be receiving in her account. So that's the good news. That will give you some extra money to, I'm sure she needs money right now. Anyway, let's pray. Dear God, please thank you. Dear God, thank you so much for giving us this day. It was really good, such a good, pleasant break from the bad news, what had been happening all these weeks from the start of military operation. I would like to ask you to bring peace to Ukraine as soon as possible. I would like to ask you to put sense into the heads of people who make decisions to stop or continue this war. I would like to ask you to send angels to keep every single person out of harm's way in Ukraine, and it doesn't matter who, Ukrainians, Ukrainian military people, Russian military personnel, just please keep them all out of harm's way. Please send angels to my country, Russia, to fight and get rid of the demons that have hijacked Russia. Please send them to hell where they belong as soon as you can, as soon as possible, and have angels run my country and have it shine again. Have it show mercy and righteousness to the world instead of what has been shown recently. Please help all people who have joined my live stream and who are praying with me today. If they believe in you, don't believe, it doesn't matter. If they don't believe in you, they're all great people, and please help them, send them good, give them good health, send angels to every single person to help throughout life and keep danger away from everyone who's in prayer with me right now. Please help all people in Russia who are suffering, all people in Ukraine who are suffering, and generally all people who are in wars right now. Thank you for helping our dear friend Maria, her mom Svetlana, and her son Valentin. They're safe right now. Please keep on helping them. Thank you for sending angels for them. And again, please send angels to all other people who are in need right now. Also, I'd like to ask you to give peace of mind to the ones who lost their loved ones. Just help them as much as you can. Give them peace of mind. Have them make peace with themselves. Please also send them angels just to be around them and be present with those people. Dear God, thank you so much for listening us. Thank you so much for so many people joining me in prayer. Thank you. Amen. Thank you for more super chats. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow. I'll be doing super chats, live streams. My head stops working straight, too much going on. I'm doing live streams and will be doing live streams every single day until this operation stops, and every single day as long as I can do that, as long as I have internet, and as long as Russian government allows me to do that. So please tune in, come back for another live stream. There will be more military news tomorrow. Fortunately or unfortunately, I hope that there will be good news about ceasefires or negotiations, things like that, but I will certainly give you the good news and update on this economic situation that's happening in Russia. Thank you so much. You are absolutely awesome and you rock. I'll see you tomorrow.